Ethereal by Mart Aeonian. An encompassing darkness is all that is sensed, save for the sound of rapidly frequency-shifting radio static. Gradually, the darkness lifts, and the tuning display of a homemade spirit box is seen, its soft glow indicating that it is indeed switched on. Sat at the table, on which a weathered messenger bag, an EMF meter, a pen drive dictaphone, and the aforementioned spirit box sits, Reaver sets down her bottle of beer. It only takes the briefest of glances to see that she is an anachronism. A dark, tan-plaid three-piece suit adorns her slight body, the jacket portion of it currently lying in a crumpled heap near her feet, and the rather 1950s black fedora she's wearing obscures the full extent of her facial features. After loosening her black tie and unbuttoning the top button of her white shirt, Reaver takes in the dimly lit and somewhat dilapidated room that surrounds her. With a sigh that somehow sounds both irritated and resigned at the same time, she activates the dictaphone, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak.
Right. I know you're here. You were slaughtered right here in this room. So there's absolutely no way that you could be at rest. Now, I need you to tell me what I need to know, sweetheart. Use these devices and tell me who did this to you. Come on. Come on.
A random creak of a floorboard and a soft and brief knocking sound is the response.
Nope. That's not nearly good enough. I don't do Morse code, and I refuse to believe that you are just a residual. So, get your shit together and give me a crystal clear name. Otherwise, I'm gone. You hear me? God, I need another beer.
Reaver picks up her beer and takes another swig. As she does this and places it back down, the door behind her ever so gradually opens inwards. Unbidden, the EMF meter suddenly kicks into a frenzied beeping life. The meter's gauge is quickly rising from 0 to an infinitely higher number. Reaver exhales slowly. Her breath clouds in front of her.
Oh, now we're talking.
Galvanizing herself, Reaver abruptly spins a 180 in her chair and stands up. Intrigued, she tips back her fedora, fully revealing her face for the first time. She is younger than expected, once again belying the style of her apparel. To her disappointment, she sees nothing out of the ordinary in front of her, but she certainly feels a presence.
So, it's obvious that you knew your killer, Sarah. You can't bullshit me on that. I've been doing this kind of thing for far too long to be fooled.
Faint but disembodied and unintelligible whispers arise. It fills the air around her, but Reaver still isn't satisfied with the reaction that she's getting.
Look, I'll be honest. They'll never catch him, darling. Even though being butchered at the tender age of 16 is truly horrific. Truly. The authorities drew a line on this case months ago. Like it or not, I'm your last and best chance. And besides, what are you so afraid of? Hell, you can't possibly get more dead than you already are. Not the time. Look, if you think you don't need closure, then fine. But your family, they need the closure. Hell, they long for the closure enough to hire me. And I'm the last resort for the type of justice I sometimes go way beyond the boundaries of the law.
This time, Reaver doesn't leave much of an opportunity for a reply, even despite the fact that the incoherent, ethereal whispers gain in volume.
Still not willing to speak up? Hey, that's more than fine with me. I've already been paid, and I've had other jobs to do. It's no skin off my nose. In fact, you know what? Screw this. Yeah.
Reaver returns to the table and opens up the messenger bag that lies next to the spirit box. She throws the dictaphone into it and then in turn produces a gun from its folds. She immediately slams the gun down adjacently and roughly deactivates and packs away the spirit box.
I'll just take my crap and go, shall I? I'm sick of wasting my time here. Yeah. God.
Without missing a beat, Reaver places the EMF meter into the bag also and slips it over her shoulder. She hears a softly whispered but urgent "no" in her right ear. Draining the last of her beer, she leaves the empty bottle on the table, picks up her gun and heads towards the door.
Goodbye, Sarah. Have a nice eternity, sweetheart.
All of a sudden, Reaver's exit is halted. Just as she arrives at the door, it emphatically slams shut in her face. Another, more audible cry of "no" occurs in tandem with this, and a blurry female figure jitters ominously into view behind Reaver. The spectral teenager reaches out in fear-addled desperation.
Wait.
Reaver pauses before turning her head to look over her shoulder. Gradually, her expression eerily morphs into one of dark amusement.
Oh, wow. Gotta love the power of desperation. It works. Every time.
Reaver turns around and walks back into the fray.